Hello, welcome. Thank you, as always, for hopping on. Here we are, beautiful Puerto Rico still. I've moved to my little downstairs location, and maybe if we're lucky, there's you can kind of see there's this big mango tree behind me, and in this tree there are like three humongous iguanas, and they come down and like walk around quite a few times a day. So who knows? Maybe one will come down here and join us. We'll see what happens. But in the meantime, we're going to do a really fun, quick practice. As always, take good care of your body. Do what feels right to you. This particular practice is all about flipping, moving the body around from front to back, reversing, flip it and reverse it, right? So that's what we're going to do. Before we get into things, I want to just talk briefly for a moment here about the difference between two postures. These two poses, one is called flip dog and the other is called starfish pose. And sometimes they get a little bit confused for one another. So take a look at them before we get going. A flip dog actually starts from downward facing dog, hence the name flipped dog, right? And it begins with one leg up. The prep for the pose is just to open the hip and start looking underneath the armpit. And if that's good for you, then that's where you stay. That's the modification. If you don't have any shoulder issues and you think that you can handle a little more, then you start to rotate. Watch the bottom leg here. It's not going to stay stationary. It's going to turn a little bit so that I'm not putting any weird pressure on the outside of my knee. My foot has rotated. Then, when the bottom foot comes down, you push everything back up and stretch. So this is going to feel a little bit more like a back bend, right? Starfish, and then as you come out, of course, just slowly, carefully unwind. Starfish comes from underneath the posture. And so in this particular variation, we start from down dog again and we shoot underneath. I'm on the outer edge, pinky edge of this foot, and then I'm going to turn and pivot on the back foot. My heel is flat, then push up. This one's going to feel more like a side body stretch. I can feel this along my ribs. And I'm working to push to the point where maybe, just maybe, both legs can straighten out. Okay? Both variations, however, do have a considerable amount of pressure on the shoulder. So if you have shoulders that don't care for pressure, or a shoulder that likes to kind of pop out of place, or tends to feel a little loosey-goosey, these might not be the best recommendations for you. You know your body better than I do, so do what you do. Don't do what you don't do, right? So let's start out just taking a few breaths here in child's pose, or if child's pose is feeling too confining today, you can start with me and just sit back in hero. I'm going to close my eyes, take a few slow deep breaths. Slow down not just the pace and the rhythm of your breath, but the process of the mind, finding stillness in the physical body just sends that message to the nervous system that it's okay to relax. It's okay to let your guard down a little bit. Here you are on your mat, safe and sound, ready to practice. And we reinforce that idea with the deep breathing. That's why yoga is always focused and centered around the breath. That's what makes it a total body and mind experience. So a few more inhales, maybe drawing some sense or intention, feeling that you're hoping to cultivate into the body on the breath. Moving in and exhale, letting go of anything that you feel is holding you back or keeping you from the present. Just let that out on your exhalation. Let's do 3 more together. Breathe in. and out. Fill up. Empty out. One more time. Deep inhale. Might even just bring your hand up, put it on your belly. Feel yourself draw the navel inward toward the spine. And then exhale. Eyes open. Let's come on to the hands and knees. This sequence is going to build rather quickly. Because we're working with some smaller time frames, we're going to jump right into this. So from a tabletop position, tuck your toes. When you feel ready, let's lift the hips. We'll get right away up and back into down dog. And then just a few moments to do your favorite little down dog warm-up. Bending and releasing the knees, and swiveling around through the heels, the hips. Try a couple different positions, turning your toes in, turning your toes out. When you feel like you've at least got the hang of this down dog, then take a look forward and we'll slowly walk the feet toward the top of the mat or the center of the mat and exhale, fold. All right, 3 sun salutations to get us warmed up here. We'll come all the way up to stand on the inhale. Little stretch at the top. You might want to tick-tock side to side once or twice. Anything else that feels good, and then away we go. We'll take it down on the exhale, fold. Release, half lift and lengthen. Ardha Uttanasana, plant your hands, step, walk, or hop back, and from the top of a push-up to the bottom, Chaturanga Dandasana, lower halfway or all the way. Up dog or cobra, and back to downward facing dog. Breathe right there for 3, 2, and 1. Gaze up again, step, walk, or hop to the top and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Reverse, rise, stretch, right up to the top, and right back down to the bottom. Inhale. Exhale, back and down, Chaturanga. Up dog or cobra, and downward facing dog. Staying here again for 3. Navel's tucked to the spine, chin is tucked slightly to the chest, heels are relaxing toward the mat. 2. And 1. Gaze up to the top. One more time. Surya Namaskara. Sun salutation. Inhale. Exhale, dive. Lengthen and breathe. Once more, high to low. Get up. And back to downward facing dog. Good. Now we're going to jump right into building this flow. We'll take it in 2 parts and then we'll put it all together and flow it twice after that. So slowly the first time, we'll start with the right leg, stretch it up. Think about relaxing your left heel closer to the ground, and now bend your right knee, and remember that little prep for flip dog. We're just going to look underneath the right arm, let the hip and the knee softly open up. We're not going to flip over yet. We're just going to hold this, get the chest warmed up a little bit here. 2 and 1. Square the hips, and as you swing your right foot forward, bring it into a low lunge. Back knee can stay hovering or it can drop all the way down. That's up to you. It's going to be a little twist here. Opening up into dragonfly. And then slowly release. Both hands down. Let's pause. Just take a moment to go a little bit deeper into your lunge. And then up and off the back knee now. If you lowered it down, we're gonna rise up, spin your back heel flat. Think about warrior one position with your feet. That's heel to heel alignment, both feet are flat. All the way up. And instead of warrior one, you're gonna go right to reverse warrior. So the hips are gonna open to the side like warrior two, and you're adding that great big side body stretch. Reaching up and over. 2. And 1. It's a little loud out here today. Just bear with me. Take it forward to side angle pose. Stretching now the other side of the body. Left side is getting all the length. Right side's getting a little bit of a compression here. I'm reaching all the way to the ground. You could modify with your elbow right up here on your knee, no problem. 2. And 1. Now we're gonna turn down toward the ground. Plant the left hand. I've come off the back heel, and now we're gonna roll to side plank. If you don't generally do a full side plank, then drop this knee and just modify your side plank, swing your right leg back. Otherwise, let's roll and stack. Push up and breathe right there. Valshistasana. 3. Hips higher. 2. And 1. High plank inhale. That's it for the first part. Take a little half vinyasa. Exhale through chaturanga. Up dog. Breathe in. And back to downward facing dog. Okay, let's try it on the left. Left leg up high, bend the knee, open the hip, look underneath the left arm, and just breathe. 5, 4, 3, keep your neck loose, shake out your head a little bit if you need to. 2, and 1. Hips are gonna close back up and swing through for that low lunge. Whether or not you drop the back knee, up to you. Take your twist to the left. Get some deeper rotation going in the low back here. And release. Both hands down, just hold the lunge now. If you want to drop to that back knee anytime, that's fine. This is the most traffic I've seen since I've been here. The island has been completely closed on Sundays. Like, everybody has to shelter in place on Sunday. But this is the first weekend that they lifted that ordinance. So there's a lot of people out and about heading to the beach. Just haven't been used to seeing very many people. All right, come on up. Off the back knee, spin your heel down. Now remember, you've got this warrior one alignment. I'm pausing here in this kind of awkward stance just to show you that. Keeping the bend in the front knee. Then we'll rise up. If you need to adjust the feet a little bit, you can do so right there, and then take your side body stretch. Right. I've got a little bit off alignment here, and so I'm gonna fix that by deepening the bend in my front knee. There you go. Now you can keep adding as much stretch through the side body as you'd like, or you can keep it a little more upright if that feels good. And then on the exhale, we'll come down and find our side angle pose. Again, reaching for the mat or modifying, put your elbow up on your knee. Either one is fine. 3, 2, we're gonna start lifting off that back heel. And 1, hands come down. And then we'll rotate. So taking it to that full side plank, or modification would be to drop the knee, right? Roll, stack, and breathe. Now, remember, we said that starfish pose starts from that down dog position, but we could do it from here too, right? If we wanted to, we could just step that left foot behind us, and there's the same feeling. We haven't gotten there yet, but we will. Just a little preview of what's coming. 2, 1. Take it to high plank. Breathe in. Exhale, lower. Up dog or cobra. And back to downward facing dog. Full breath out. All right, let's try our first part here. just from this position. Right leg comes up, bend the knee, open the hip. Now if you're ready, flip it. Remember, rotate that bottom foot. There you go. Then push up. Stretch, flip dog. Good. Exhale, take it back around, starfish pose. We're gonna sneak it in here. Now we go underneath, flip the other way. Hips up high, push to straight arms and legs. Let the hips drop a little first. That's gonna take some pressure off of the hips and knees as we unwind back to three-legged dog. Send it high, and exhale, step it through. Little twist here. Breathe in, check. On your exhale, release. Back heel comes down. Reverse warrior. Take it all the way up on the inhale. Exhale to side angle pose. Stretch long. Breathe in. Good. Left hand down. Rotate all the way to the left and stack up the right side. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Let's lift the right leg up just a little bit. So we're scissoring the legs and breathing. 2, 1. High plank. You can float your right leg all the way through if you want. Keep it high behind you. Drop it down as you pull through. Up dog. Back to downward facing dog. Left leg up. Bend the knee. Open the hip. Flip it. Viparita. Svanasana. Drop the hips, exhale, turn all the way around, kick underneath, other side, starfish pose. Hands back to the mat, let the hips drop a little bit, take the pressure off the knee, kick high, step through. Dragonfly twist on the inhale. As you exhale, spin the back heel down. Rise up and reach back, reverse warrior. Exhale to side angle pose. One big breath. Gaze down. Plant your right hand. Roll to the outer edge. Notice I adjusted that foot before I roll so that I'm ready to stack and push the hips up high. We'll stay for 3. We'll float the left leg on 2. 1, gaze down. Take it through, floating that leg if you choose, all the way through your vinyasa. Up dog. Good. Back to down dog. And then let's relax into child's pose. Just find your breath, reset. We'll learn the second half of our flow here in just a few moments. This would also be the perfect time for a little sip of water if you need one. Ooh. All right, second half, just a couple postures. It's really just adding on that starfish again at the end, and then 2 other little extras. And so let's take it through. Starting from downward facing dog, we're going to pick up where we left off, so just shift out to a high plank and hold here for a moment. Right? Roll everything to the left, stack up the hips, stack up the heels. Now if you're modifying this and you're down on the knee, great. You can still do all of this. You're just going to do it with your knee on the ground, and you might have to just kickstand the knee a little bit. So take care to make sure that you're not putting your knee in kind of a funky position. If you're rotating with me, we're going to rotate from up here, stretch, float that top foot, and now kick that foot behind you and set it down on the ground. Push your hips up. There's your starfish again. Breathe. Take it around. Right to 3-legged dog. Send the leg up as high as you can. Down dog split. Step it through again. This time, half moon. The moment that you come through the lunge, you put all the weight in your front foot. Open it up. Stacking hips and shoulders. 3, 2, gaze down on 1, swing the back leg through a little curtsy squat, sit all the way down on the ground. Once your hips hit the ground, take this top leg off, bring it around behind you. Plant your hands, push up, and send your left leg up. Okay? So there we are. That'll take us through to the other side, but we're not there yet, so we're gonna come back out and start in plank. Set both feet down. Good. This time hips roll to the right. Stack it up, open it up, breathe. If you're down on the knee, that's fine. Just make sure that you've got your knee in a good position, and then lift the left foot and drop it behind you. Push. 2 flat feet on the ground, 2 straight legs. Reach, reach, reach. 2 and 1. Let your hips drop a little bit. Unwind and step through. Big exhale. The minute that your weight goes into that front foot, lift and open up your side plank to the right. Stack the hips, stack the shoulders, breathe. 2 and 1. Hands down, swing your right leg. So you come through that curtsy squat, you lower all the way down. Take a breath in. When your hip hits the mat, send this leg behind. Press up, and right leg extends. Got it? Yay, yes, I know you do. Inhale, out to a high plank, both feet on the ground. Exhale, lower. Let's take a full vinyasa, and we'll put it together 2 times through. Step, hop, or jump to the top of the mat and lengthen. Exhale, fold. I have a little audience. You can't see them, but there's a few people hanging out right now. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, take it down. Half lift and lengthen. All right, step, hop, or jump it back. Up dog, cobra, and down dog. Right leg goes high. Bend your knee, open your hips, lift your dog. 1 big breath, push up. Exhale, drop your hips. Springboard around to the other side. Right through on a full breath in, lift up. Here's your starfish. Hands come down, unwind. Right leg high again. Step through. First is a twist. Hold the low lunge, twist open to your left. Exhale, back heel down, reverse it. All the way back, deep arriba. Exhale to side angle, move through. Gaze down, plant the left hand, unwind and go right into that right leg lifted. Vashisthasana with the legs split. Kick your right foot behind you, set it down. Starfish again. Exhale, unwind around and step through. Right into half moon, open up. Ooh, find your balance. Curtsy squat. All the way down to the mat. Once you're there, swing this leg behind. Push up, left leg high. You got it. Bend your knee. Flip back. Heart center lifts. Take it around. Starfish underneath. Up. Both hands down. Unwind 3-legged dog. Step through. Here's your twist. Unwind to reverse warrior. Side angle. From your side angle pose, look down. Plant your right hand. Roll and stack. Float your top foot. Kick it back. Push your hips up nice and high. Good. Take it back around. Step through. Low lunge. Half moon. Curtsy squat down. Hips hit the ground. Unwind the top leg right away. Push it up. Right leg high. Flip your dog. Drop your hips, starfish. A little bit quicker now. Breathe in. Good. Unwind, right leg up. Step it through. Twist on the breath in. Back heel down. Wind it up. You can slow down if you need to. Just get into the groove with your breath. Stretching long. down, left hand to the ground, stack it up, right leg high right away. Kick that foot behind you, push your hips up. Unwind, half moon. Sit down and unwind. Now slow down with me right here. Push up. Hey, hold on. Let's sneak a little pigeon in. Just for a couple breaths. Now if you're practicing this, at home, pause right here and just stay in your pigeon. If you need a 5-minute pigeon, a 10-minute pigeon, even just a little bit longer than a minute or so, please take the time that you need. I'm just working with a shorter construct than I usually have for time. So in order to not lose the second half of this completely, I have to move on, but you're welcome to stay in this position. Just hit the pause button and breathe for a little bit. When you're ready to release, you'll come up and you try it one last time. Back toes tuck, left leg up. Bend the knee, flipped up. Other way around, starfish. Both hands down, three-legged dog, breathe up. Exhale, low lunge with a twist. Dragonfly. Here comes reverse warrior. Back heels down, ready to catch you as you reverse. Through side angle. We're changing direction again as the right hand comes down. We roll and stack. Left leg floats right away. Bend that knee, kick it behind you. Hips up. Look for me. Hi. Take it around. Half moon as you step through. There it is. Curtsy squat down to the ground. Top leg goes behind you. You take a little scooch. Get your knee and hip in position. And voila. Here's the other side of your pigeon pose. So if you were liking this sequence, you could always do a little bit longer warm-up, do a few more sun salutations, maybe 5 salutes or maybe some sun salutation B, then start working through this sequence 2 or 3 times. You could stay and work your half moon a little bit longer. You could add in extra push-ups on any of those vinyasas. Same thing with side angle. You could try some binding there. There's lots of places to go with this sequence. Just depends on what you're up for. Same thing, stay in your pigeon on this side for as long as you would like. And then when you're finished, you'll press up, and this time just take all the weight into this hip, legs around to the front. Quick little forward fold. Roll it down onto your back. Nice and slow. When you get there, give the knees a squeeze. Take a little spinal twist if you want one. After all those flip dogs, it might feel good to do bridge pose here, or even push all the way up into your full back bend. You've got nothing but options, so please make sure that you pick a little sequence of some poses here that tends to just get your body relaxed and ready for Shavasana. And then when the time comes, lie down, let it all go, and enjoy a little rest. Thank you so much for taking some time to spend with me today. As always, thank you for taking care of your body and for taking care of each other. I'll see you soon. Namaste.